to stamp out neglect and exploitation of Australians with a disability. The Disability Royal Commission has wrapped up after 4 years of hearings and interim reports. Its final recommendations will be handed to the Governor-General in a fortnight. The Federal Opposition's Angus Taylor says it's important work.
We take it seriously. It's why we introduced it. And we've all got a role to play in stamping out that kind of abuse or neglect that we have seen through the Royal Commission. So it's an incredibly important issue.
It's the final day on the job for Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe. He's handing over to current Deputy Governor Michelle Bullock, who officially takes over on Monday. In a statement, the Federal Treasurer says Ms Bullock has a busy time ahead as she works to implement the recommendations of a major review. An extensive collection of pop culture memorabilia has been taken from a storage unit. The $20,000 worth of collectibles includes rare Star Wars, Marvel and DC items. It was stolen from a storage facility in Port Augusta West sometime between July and September. Well, the soaring cost of living is being blamed after new data shows more than 90% of retailers have been victims of crime. Stealing is most common, occurring in 3/4 of stores, followed by verbal abuse and aggression. Paul Zara from the Retailers Association says supermarkets have been quick to respond.
Artificial intelligence, which is much more powerful than a human being because they can identify the difference between a Royal Gala apple versus a pink lady and notify the customer. What's new to the supermarket world has been these gated areas. They're similar to when you actually check yourself through immigration, where you put your passport in and the gate only opens if you've got ticks across the board.
NASA has published a long-awaited study into sightings of UFOs. The findings returned no evidence of extraterrestrial life, identifying a logical explanation for 98% of sightings. As for the other 2%, NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says there's a lot more to learn.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. But we don't know what these UAP are.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
The BMW Demonstrator Sale event is on now. Experience exceptional value at your local BMW dealer today while stocks last.
The Melbourne Carlton semi-final is just hours away. The MCG is on track to create a footy attendance record if tonight's crowd exceeds 92,000. Port play GWS at Adelaide Oval tomorrow night. Coach Ken Hinkley is encouraging the Port faithful to be there. To cricket, and Australia will be looking to wrap up the one-day series when they take on South Africa in Game 4 tonight, our time. And 6 Australians have been nominated for top FIFA awards, including Sam Kerr, Tony Gustafsson and Ange Postecoglou. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale ends this Saturday. Don't miss incredible savings on all stock units.
At Sturt, there's a breakdown. Sturt Road near Marion Road, blocking one lane outbound. Royal Park sewer works there. Frederick Road near Wright Street, she's down to 40 with a left-hand lane closed outbound. And Felixstowe pruning works, Paynham Road near Ashley Avenue, down to 41 lane closed there too. Score a great deal on all your footy faves at BWS, like a case of James Squire 150 litres pale ale bottles for $52. Hurry, ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 24, sunny on Sunday 29, Monday partly cloudy 27. Right now it's 21 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, finals fever at Alberton ahead of Port Adelaide's do-or-die semi-final clash against GWS tomorrow night. Why a cop killer and prison escapee is being granted freedom. A fresh warning about power prices, what's driving them even higher, and the new push to help those suffering chronic neck and back pain. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 and on 9 Now.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, what a kick!
Rowey and Timmy G.
Well, there you go. What a fine start. The microphone for Sam. I think the microphone and the text are trying to tell Sam something.
I think I'm back. I am back. I apologise, everyone. Welcome along to the Sports Show. We're here for Rusden Wines, the Barossa Valley, home of the Black Gut Shiraz, rusdenwines.com.au. Can I welcome you again, Stephen Rowe and Tim Geneva?
Thank you, Sammy. Glorious day. It's finals time. The heat is on, and it will be tonight and tomorrow. 2 cutthroat finals. Loser, it is curtains. As I welcome 7-time Timmy, welcome.
G'day, Rowey. Yeah, I was just wondering if it's Sam, because Graham Goodings has just done, 3 hours on that microphone and nothing went wrong. So it might just be Sam, you never know.
Sam, one job.
Switch on.
Turn yourself on. All right. Are you happy with Port's build-up and its team? Are you confident, Timmy G?
Yeah, I think it all rests on those players that were carrying injuries last week. Hopefully Aaliyah is better for the run. Mackenzie, let's hope that he's recovered from that ankle injury. Let's hope that Charlie Dixon, after 7 weeks off, is moving well. Well, I believe he is, so that would be great. Todd Marshall's the one that probably worries me the most. And when I say that, I didn't have him in the side because I feel like this hip injury is quite serious. It's definitely affecting the way he's kicking, and that is his one wood. So I'm concerned about Todd and whether that hip is going to be able to hold up. It didn't hold up last week, and all of those spine players that I just mentioned, they all have to hold up.
I had a very wise man once say, you can have injuries in finals if it's one in the forward line, say maybe one in the midfield and one in defence, so you can spread them. And you can rotate them through the bench. But when it's in one whole area, or it's the spine of an area, they're your 4 key forwards and 4 key backs. So Aaliyah and Mackenzie, your 2 key backs. Marshall, Dixon, your 2 key forwards.
Yep.
That's alarm bells and danger for me. Have a listen to Ken on injured players.
The outcome of the game is usually the thing that people reflect on. Say, did you take unnecessary risks? If you win, none of those questions come up. That's just fact.
Well, that is fact. But if you do lose, and Dixon and Marshall don't perform or kick a goal, and the boys down back get a right rule, you know what?
Yeah.
Well, that will be asked.
Yeah, well, that's right.
One of the first things in the presser.
The only thing is, I would say,
he trusts them, and I'm with him. He knows those players.
But I think it's more that what do Port have to replace them? That's more the issue, Rowey, is what do they actually have in stock to replace those key position players? There's not a lot there, is it?
No.
Now you can say, you could play Finlayson.
And they drop Finlayson.
And it looks like he'll play as a sub because I think they are
worried
about one of those keys not making it. So he becomes the sub who comes on and either replaces, say, Dixon if he can't get through or a Marshall if he can't get through. So that's, or even a key back.
After a season, as a coach and a coaching group and selectors and a PPT, you know the ones that can and you know the ones that can't. They know them intimately and they put faith in them. And what's the old saying? No one cares when you cross the white line and
once
they bounce that ball and you're
100%.
done. So they are 100% fit. Here's Ken Hinkley. He opened the serving with this nice little half volley. Have a listen.
It's a semi-finals, cutthroat final. They're marching towards a bit of belief in their own game. What they do need to remember is they came here last time and got beat by 50 points. So hopefully that's the outcome we get this time.
I reckon current form's the best form. That game against GWS was 5 weeks ago?
Round 22, I reckon.
Current form's the best form.
It doesn't matter about what's happened in the past at all. Never does, because I can remember losing the second semi by 12 goals and winning the grand final. Those things happen. It doesn't matter. What's gone is gone. So it's more about what's happening now. And I think Port, home crowd, these blokes, if they hold up, I think Port can win.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that right here. Here's a stat that just dissuaded me somewhat. Port have only lost to 3 teams this year. This is in the minor round.
I know one of them.
This is in the minor round. Crows twice.
Yeah, I knew that.
Nah, sorry.
We didn't lose to them.
Collingwood twice.
Correct.
You didn't try against Carlton. Now, Park the Lions won last week. No one wins up there. That was a final, and you had a poor one. So that's 3 teams this year in the minor round. And remember, you did smoke GWS by 51 points in round 22. So on that basis, I am actually tipping Port tomorrow.
As well.
It's home, number 1. You're on the rebound. You tend to like to fight back after that as a Port team that I know, and you just can't simply go out and straight set. So I reckon you'll win by 4 goals. Tomorrow is my head. But my heart is still... I'm on the orange train. I'm not going to call it tsunami. I'm taking you...
The orange team?
I'm on the orange team.
The army?
Yep.
And you don't want me. Poor people don't want me. I'll be at Wallaroo in the ale house.
Yes.
With my cock because we're fishing. A big fishing weekend.
Have a good day out there.
And we'll be watching it in the heart of Port Territory.
Wallaroo?
No. Wallaroo.
Oh, right.
Oh, there'll be more Port people than...
Oh, good. Do not run
I'm going to take orange flags.
Yeah, just be careful. Do not run into Paul Northeast. Paul Northeast, he's over in Wallaroo.
Oh, he can get stuff he can't even kick.
I'd like you to say that, though.
Yeah, I will. I used to say it quite a few times. Who are you tipping tonight, Timmy? Carlton or Melbourne?
Look, I went Carlton, and the reason I went for the Blues was I just feel like their form line, you talk about current form, their form line's outstanding. They've won 11 of 12. They dropped a game late, but other than that...
They weren't that impressive last week.
Look, I thought they were impressive early, but then they seized up a little bit. They locked up a bit, and what they have to remember is that they've got this form, they've beaten Melbourne, they've beaten Collingwood in this run that they've currently got, so they should have no fears, and they should play like it.
Here's Vossi and Simon Goodwin.
We're a club that will lean into the pressure. Right now there's 6 teams left that are all going to face pressure. Sudden death stakes, and we want to lean into that and be prepared for owning our time, owning our moment and staying in the now.
Be able to go into last week and see the excitement and joy and smiles on our fans and see the players and the reward they got from that. How can that not make you hungrier? How can that not make you want more of that? And so, for us it's about sort of just, stepping into that, really enjoying it and staying as present as we possibly can and not worry too much about what comes out the back of it.
Vossi's a 3-time premiership player.
Yes.
He knows what it's all about. Goody 2-time player, 1 as coach. I just think for me, when you get to this time of the year, I just assume that all teams are going to be at their best. It's very rare for someone to have a mare or a stinker. When you get to the pointy end and it's all over.
That does happen, though.
Well, look, absolutely it does. Well, you had a prelim like that against the Bulldogs. It can happen. But for me, Melbourne's just a better team. Gawn, Petrarca, Oliver, Viney. I trust that on board. They've got May and Lever and Salem down back, multiple avenues to goal. I think it's Melbourne by plenty.
Yeah,
now that's not knocking Carlton. You hate Carlton.
No.
I hope for all the Carlton fans, and Leith being a dear mate of ours, that Carlton can get it done.
And Terry McAuliffe, who's coming on later.
Yep.
Well, not so much for Tez.
Gawn's got a broken toe.
Oh, has he? Oh, hang on.
Yes, by all accounts.
Oh, hang on.
Oliver hasn't been able to get a kick.
Oh, hang on.
Since he's come back, he's struggled.
Gawn and I just put cross. All right.
Petrarca, they're trying to compensate and use him in other areas because they're going, nothing's happening forward. Let's get him forward. Well, now we've got to get him back on the ball. So he's being overused. Viney's
and you've got a theory about Melbourne having a tough week.
They've had a very tough week.
A mental tough week.
A mentally tough week with the Brayshaw incident. I think it could be draining. Look, I think it's Carlton's now to lose.
Carlton.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I think that they should
like
they should be the victor.
Okay, here we go. Lines available. 822 300 Port v GWS. Who's you tipping? Are you going?
Yep.
Just on that, the tickets.
Yes.
Very, very slow,
Very
Mr.
slow.
Boss Man. In fact, frighteningly so. No numbers have been bandied around, but I'm hearing south of 30,000. I'm also hearing deals like you can get a family pass for $50. Oz Kickers get in for free. Here's Ken Hinkley with a plea to the faithful.
Oh, no, I think it's incredibly important. I mean, our fans will get there and they'll be loud and proud and they'll be strong, but we need them there. So if anyone's thinking about whether they have or haven't got an opportunity, I'd put everything else off and try and come to the footy for us. That would be a great result because we know GWS, not typically a big drawing team, so we need all the Port people who are available on a beautiful night to come and watch their side and represent their side and be really proud of who they are.
Well, give us the why. Why aren't you going? Lines available, 822 300
Unique Homestyle Foods text says, weak as water, Port Adelaide. I'm going to tomorrow's game and I've just returned from the UK today with working duties recently. So don't be soft. Get there, says Adam at Blackwood.
Well, it can't be cost, can it? Can it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not so much cost as the...
Well, you get a $50 family pass.
Yeah, I know, but people may be doing it a lot tougher than what you think.
Well, I get that. I get that. And there are cost of living pressures.
We've had 13 rate increases.
We've just had the Royal Show. So I get all of that. But they're rocking up at the MCG in their droves. So if you can get a $50 family pass... That's the cheapest ticket you'll ever get for a final, so it can't be cost.
Well, if you've certainly been going all year, if you're not going tonight, tell us why.
Well, that's it. It can't be the weather. It's not going to rain.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be
absolutely
sensational. It's Saturday night, so it's a school night.
Absolute beauty.
I reckon Port supporters are a tad nervous.
Well, you could be nervous, but you still go.
Well,
doesn't matter.
That's
if
exactly what I'm saying.
Just
Why aren't you going? And if you are, tell us how you win. Lines available.
Let us know. 17 minutes after 4, we've got a $50 Powers voucher up for grabs. The lines are open. 8223 0000 on this Footy Friday. Mark Robinson's going to join us at 4:30 tonight. You can give him a buzz later on. Warren Tredre's going to be in the studio as well. We've got the SANFL captains ahead of Sunday's prelim, Matthew Wright and James Battersby. Plus, we'll get your racing tips with Terry McAuliffe. Lots to chat about. Feel free to have your say. It's 18 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show. FIVEAA is proud to present Australian music icon John Williamson. This year, John's celebrating his 53rd year in the entertainment industry.
I've been around the world a couple of times, or maybe more.
FIVEAA wants to get you along to experience the legend as he performs some of his biggest hits from his career, accompanied by his full band. Make sure you keep it on FIVEAA for your chance to win tickets. Don't miss John Williamson, True Blue himself, at Her Majesty's Theatre on Saturday, October 14. Book now at Ticketek.
Time is up for your chance to win the ultimate payday. You've got until midnight tonight to get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets and be one of 5 winners to pocket $100,000. Plus, your tickets stay in the draw for the $5 million Hyde Park Grand Prize. Hurry! See full details and get your tickets by midnight tonight at homelottery.com.au. That's homelottery.com.au. Licence M14411.
Are you ready for massive Mazda savings? Mawson Lakes Mazda is having a huge demo clearance across the entire Mazda range. We are overstocked on current model Mazda demos that need to go. So be quick to snap up a demo deal in your favourite model and colour. There is no better time to take advantage of these amazing deals. Be quick, stocks won't last at these prices. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city, Salisbury Highway.
4, 21 degrees, footy tomorrow. Why aren't you going? Why aren't you going? Lines available. Hey, we probably all have a mate in the construction industry.
Certainly do.
Here's a startling statistic. Our mates in construction are 8 times more likely to die by suicide than a workplace accident. I didn't pre-read this. That's frightening.
That's not good at all, is it? So Mates in Construction, it's a charity dedicated to suicide awareness training and support for the construction and allied industries. Obviously, there's a lot of blokes in construction.
My son's a chippy.
They're more susceptible. So
Wow.
it's mates that look after mates. Training teaches people what it looks like and when their mates are struggling and how to have meaningful conversations.
This is a really good live read message, this one. So back in 2021, Mates in Construction was endorsed by the World Health Organization as a global industry for suicide prevention's best practice.
It's spot on because you're in that environment where it's all blokey and a bit, manly and the like, but you got to be able to have these conversations because prevention is far better than any end result. So if you believe your workplace needs assistance from Mates in Construction, we'll visit mates.org.au. I think everybody should get onto this. So if you're struggling, call Lifeline 13 11 14 for 24/7 crisis support. That is 13 11 14.
Now you can meet Australia's top 100 innovators. Don't miss the List Innovators magazine to see which boundary-pushing trailblazers and business leaders have made the cut. Visit theaustralian.com.au to find out more.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 50 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And Business SA and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between Business SA and Ray White Business Sales SA, they're bringing all their experience to your business, making sure it's in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. So go on, touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with Business SA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes after 4, as we heard in the break there, today is International Day of the Tradie. If you know a local tradie, you want to give them a plug, call or text through to the show. All thanks to Mates in Construction, helping to save lives in the construction industry. They are Mates. Looking out for mates. We're going to take your calls in a moment. 8223 0000. The lines are open for you to have a chat. Let's check your traffic.
There's a breakdown to look out for at Sturt Road near Marion Road, blocking one lane outbound. Royal Park, Sewer Works, Frederick Road near Wright Street. She's down a 40 there with the left-hand lane closed. And Felixstowe, got printing works pretty slow at the moment. Paynham Road near Ashley Avenue, one lane closed. Busy Diagon Road at Glenelg East with a camera today. Chandler's Hill Road at Happy Valley. The referendum is coming soon. Enrol to vote or update your details by 8 p.m. Monday, September 18 at aec.gov.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Oh, g'day, Doug. We got Doug at Blakeview. What's your thoughts, buddy?
Yeah, good day, Timmy. Good day, Rowey. You're not going to like my comment today. I think the reason why Port supporters aren't going is Cornsey's right. Most of them are front runners. They only go when their team's winning, and they think they might get done.
Oh God!
Sorry, when did was that Graham Corns said that, Doug?
He's been banging on about that for a long, long time. I reckon it might be true. I remember going to a Port game back in the footy park days when they weren't going so well. You played West Coast, they had about 13,500 people there. So, yeah, when they're not winning, they don't go.
Oh, well, they've still got the tarps, Doug. We won't bring them out for the final. Hello, Michael.
How you going, guys? We're not going because our grand final day.
Oh.
I don't know what everyone else is doing, but all the other, our club's having a grand final.
So what's your club, Michael?
Anglevale.
Oh, so I know the Hills have got their grand final weekend.
Finals are on.
Yeah.
And some are grand final,
There
like
you
Michael,
go.
but there's others that are in prelims and the like.
Well, that happens every year, but doesn't it?
Saturday night.
Saturday night, grand final.
But if you won the flag...
Come home with a flag, you might just go back to the club rooms and have a couple.
Good on you,
Yeah,
Michael.
Michael.
Well, thanks for that.
Good luck anyway. Good
Hey,
luck.
That is a genuine consideration.
Good luck. Colin, g'day, Colin.
How you going?
Good, buddy.
Yeah, look, not having a go at Rowey, but it just seems to be sometimes people can't afford to go to the football as much as they'd love to. There's a bit of cost of living going out there at the moment, and it's not all about whether their team that they support are going to win or lose. Perhaps they just can't afford it.
Spot on, Cole. We said that in the opener, 100%. I said we've just had a Royal show. That sucks the living gizzards out of your, what do they call it, disposable income?
Yep.
Your
entertainment dollar?
Yeah, well, all that sort of stuff. Cole, it is 100%.
And I know
a
that there's
consideration.
been $50 family passes released, but I got a message from a guy on the York Peninsula where you're going for your little weekend. He just said, Tim, my ticket was $96 each, and so me and my wife going $192.
A lot of money.
Yeah, so it's not a cheap...
But they're getting 90,000 in Melbourne.
Yeah,
They have the same
I know,
pressures as
yeah.
us. Every game.
Yeah.
They're rocking up there.
Yeah, I would say
Gabba sold
there might
out.
be some numbers. Who,
Gabba was one. Well, they could have sold that twice. Hello, Ken.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's a pretty simple equation, really. I'm a concession card holder, have been for, say, 6+ years with the Port Adelaide Football Club. I think the major problem is allocation when you go into finals. You do not keep your seat.
Yeah,
that is a major downfall that should be given to consistent members, especially over a certain period of time. I find it very, very hard just to keep my membership going because of the cost of living.
Yeah,
it's
Ken.
okay for families that have got one good job or two good jobs where the money is not so much of a problem. But so many people these days are just trying to survive, and I think the fact that tickets, when they go on for finals, should be in your normal seat, but be given a day or two to take up that option. And
yeah, Ken, you're right. A lot of people have said that. And you've got to pay premium to just sit in that same seat. Because the AFL are the ticketing officers for it.
Correct.
Don't blame your club or pricing.
They take over all finals.
Last year in the AFL gather round, this hit our desk yesterday and we ran out of time to read it. If you're a club member, show your barcode, boom, you're in. Free ticket.
Yep, that's right.
Port member, boom, watch Port.
Yep.
Crows, boom, watch Crows.
Even Carlton,
and the crowds were
Bombers, anybody.
Unbelievable. That was last year. Next year, your club membership will give you ticket purchase priority. So it's not in your membership. So if you want to gather round next year, watch your team, put your hand in your pocket. That, I think, is going to hurt.
Going to hurt the numbers, you reckon?
I think that's a massive mistake. I thought they brought gather round in as a thank you and an extra thing for the TV, because that's what it's all about, and a tip to the lid because of COVID. Let's give you another grain.
Yep.
Buddy, how good's that?
Yep.
And to the members, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for buying your membership. Thank you for bouncing back and supporting our club.
But that's over.
That's over. Whoever the executive was that made that decision, you're a peanut head.
Okay.
Oh, was that a bit hard?
We'll find out who that is.
You're an idiot.
Well, it's going to hurt, I think. I think it will affect, especially...
That is ridiculous.
I mean, we've got Gather Round here for 3 years, so we're going to probably be affected in both
you watch
home
what's
games.
going to happen now.
Well, when you say home games, both games that Crows and Port are involved in, you would say that the people that normally just walked in because of their membership, perhaps a lot of them won't.
What's the saying? Don't cook the golden goose.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't golden goose the egg or something. What is it?
Yeah, no, don't cook the golden goose. You got it right the first time. Let it go.
Do not cook the golden goose, AFL.
Unique Homestyle Foods text, Port fans have to say for a prelim and a GF ticket, says Mick. I like his confidence. Supporters voting with their feet, gents. They weren't listened to and they're not happy with the re-signing of Ken. I'll be there, but I know plenty who won't, says Matt.
Oh, you are kidding.
Yeah.
You reckon there are people that are not going because they re-signed Ken? That is pathetic and ridiculous.
Jump on the phone.
Don't think that's the reason.
Nah.
On the other side of the 4:30 headlines, Mark Robinson's going to join us. You can jump in on the chat too.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A year has been added to convicted murderer Chris Dawson's jail time after he was sentenced over an unlawful sexual relationship with a student. Qantas's illegal decision to sack 1,700 ground staff during the pandemic will go under the microscope at a parliamentary inquiry. Olympic champion Cathy Freeman says having a grandstand at the Sydney Olympic Stadium is an honour for her whole family. And in sport, an attendance record could be set at tonight's AFL semi-final at the MCG. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale ends this Saturday. Don't miss incredible savings on all stock units.
Breakdown to look out for at Sturt Road near Marion Road, blocking one lane outbound. Royal Park sewer works there, Frederick Road near Wright Street is down to 40 k's. Well, at Felixstowe, got plenty of work slowing things up. Paynham Road near Ashley Avenue, they'll be finished soon. Speeds down to 40 k's. Cameras Chandler's Road, Happy Valley, and Cherry Gardens Road at Cherry Gardens. Score a great deal on all your footy faves at BWS, like a case of Great Northern Super Crisp bottles or cans for $50. Hurry, ends Sunday. Text and Segs apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 10, sunny tomorrow 24. Right now it's 20. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Enjoy live music, singing, dancing, fashion and entertainment this coming Saturday and Sunday at the Victor Harbour Rock and Roll Festival. Visit rockandrollfestival.com.au. Circare Clinical Research Alliance in Adelaide is looking for people who experience migraines and headaches for a clinical trial. Visit painmedsa.com and click research today.
It's easy to do business with Duttons. Easy as driving the all-new and fully electric GWM Aura. With a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, range of up to 420 kilometres and rapid charging from 10 to 80% in just 50 minutes, it's a dream for inner city drivers. Backed by a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, it's easy to say yes. Book a test drive today at Duttons Mount Barker. Go to duttons.com.au.
Duttons.
Easy to do business with.
Eat dirt. I'm going to leave you out on the side of the road on a stinker of a day. Or out in the rain for days, weeks, and drag you down a dirt road at 60 k's. Australia's tough. Good thing trailers from Adelaide Trailer Sales are tougher. Purpose-built, ready to go, hot-dip trailers and more. Aussie built to last whatever you put them through. Adelaide Trailer Sales, Morford Vale and Bordertown.
Boring kitchen, tired laundry, bland bathroom. Fix the pla with Subway tiles from $29.95 per square metre at Beaumont's. Loads of colours in stock and ready to go. Anything is possible with Subways from $29.95 from Beaumont Tiles.
Just looking out over Hindmarsh Square to the Adelaide Hills, not a cloud in the sky, 21 degrees. God, we're lucky we live where we live.
Beautiful day.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Nah.
2.5 metre tide, no wind tomorrow.
Oh.
50 centimetre
Going
kgs off of Port Hughes and Wallaroo.
Going out.
Oh, they'll be just jumping straight in.
Too easy.
Watch Port win tomorrow night.
Send me another photo.
Nah.
Oh.
You've got to concentrate on the game. You've got to get Port up.
Is that what happened
Don't worry
last
about
week?
the orange train in
Is
the
that what
background.
happened last week?
Hey, when it comes to all things tools for tradies and serious DIYs, it's all in one place. It's called the Toolkit Depot.
It certainly is. Tools, equipment, safety gear, workwear. Open 7 days and online as well. Please go to Toolkit Depot. It's celebrating the opening of a new store, and it's in Seaford on September 16th. That is tomorrow.
Yeah, now it's got exclusive deals. There's free food and drink and all that. You might meet Rory Laird. You will, actually, from 9 a.m.
He'll be there between 9 and 10, won't he?
Done.
Excellent, done. So there's a lot on offer, including depot dollars. So for every $2, for every $250 you spend at Toolkit Depot, Seaford on the day, you will get a $50 gift card to spend store-wide.
Hey, how good's that? Toolkit Depot, remember it, huge range too. They got mowers, trimmers, chainsaws. Hey, get your spring projects kicked off with Toolkit Depot.
Great idea. Already started this week, my good self. Check out the grand opening of another Toolkit Depot at 13 to 15 Seaford Road, Seaford Meadows on September 16th. That is tomorrow. Toolkit Depot, everything you need to get the job done.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, we just need to make sure that we win the battle around the midfield as much as we possibly can. Most of the time, that's where you get your first looks, is from the midfield battles. And, you know, if we've been a bit shallow with some of those wins, that's probably our challenge, to get the ball a little bit deeper when we can.
Ken Hinkley there ahead of the semi-final tomorrow night. We've still got a double pass to give away to that. It's a massive game against the Giants. We'll do that later on in the program. Warren Treadray is going to join us after 5 o'clock as well in the studio, and you can watch on the Foodland live stream. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Let's welcome in Mark Robinson, thanks to Barnacle Bill, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years.
Well, he's AFL 360s, he's friend of the show, he's a cobber of ours, News Corp chief footy writer. Robbo, welcome.
G'day, boys. How are we?
You reckon Melbourne might have a little bit of choky tonight?
Yes, I know they could. Oh. I don't know if they will, but the potential, if you go straight sets in the talent on that list, they went straight sets last year after being 10 and zip and unbeatable, so they wasted that year. If they go straight sets tonight, I'm driving to the MCG as we speak. Glorious night over here. Just absolutely glorious. And but if they lose tonight, double-edged sword here. Vossi, who South Australians know really well from being at Port Adelaide for 7-8 years, if they can get Carlton into a preliminary final, God, what a story that would be. But if Melbourne go out, oh my God, there will be some very upset people and very demanding and questioning people at the Melbourne Football Club, I would think.
Hey, Robbo, I actually have picked Carlton on the back of the fact that I think Melbourne have had a pretty mentally draining week with the Brayshaw incident, but also the fact that I think there's a couple carrying things that we don't know about, and I reckon Oliver has struggled since he's come back into that side.
He had 32 and 12 clearances last week. He did bomb it, but they all bombed it. I don't think 32 and 12 clearances is a struggle. He could use it better, but I think a lot of Melbourne players can use it better. So the discussion over here has been whether is it the inside 50, the way it goes in, the way they're delivering inside, or is it the shots at goal? Well, last week it was a lot of both. They couldn't kick goals. They got jittery. Perceived pressure in finals. A couple of players they were guilty of that, and the ball movement has been a big discussion point over here. Stop bombing it to the pocket. Can we have a look? Can we have a look at different options? Can we have lead-up players, please? Can we just stop being, not say boring, but certainly predictable? If they go out again tonight, playing long bombs to Snake Baker, you know, I think they'll be heavily criticised.
Yeah. Fritz needs a haircut, I reckon. Can't win a game with him up front.
That's your takeaway.
Fred's a haircut. Fred's got to put his body on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Well done, Robbo. Well done.
I mean, you don't have to... For those who haven't played, which is me, at the highest level, but played at lower levels, there comes a time and place where you just got to put your body on the line, whatever league you're playing in. At AFL level, it is quite stark when you don't. And I thought Fred's had two opportunities to do that. In the last quarter, which was widely spoken about, led by Luke Hodge, when he had an opportunity to go at Isaac Quain, he didn't. The other one was when he failed to shepherd in the goal square, where he just ran in and let the Collingwood defender touch the ball. You can do whatever you like in the goal square. Put body on him.
Yeah.
Put body on him, and that would have been that could have been a goal and made the difference. But anyway, I think Melbourne have been accused of being a bit soft this week.
Yeah, well, there was a few. I reckon there was a lot of players having a look on the weekend, and I reckon McStay had a look when he got hurt by Van Rooyen. I reckon he looked at Van Rooyen coming at him rather than take the mark.
Well, everyone has a look, don't they? I mean, everyone has a look.
No, there's a bloke called Jonathan Brown. I don't think he had a look.
Well, everyone has a look except Jonathan Brown. Okay, I'll give you that.
and he should have.
I'll give you that.
Timmy, he actually should have looked a couple of times.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He should look. Oh, but Melbourne, I mean, it's going to be a great game.
It will be.
You know, I sat down with Bossy this week and spoke about the resurrection of that footy club when they lost 7 of 8 or 8 of 9 at one stage through May, and June. And how did he resurrect this football club? Not just him, everyone, to get themselves into a potential preliminary final. It'd be the story of the year. The coach of the year probably is Boss. If Adam Kingsley knocks out the Port tomorrow at the Giants, geez, Adam Kingsley into a preliminary final from being 3-7. That's another hell of an effort.
Well, they've won, at 11 different venues. I mean, that's an
They've had an
amazing
unbelievable
effort for
season.
GWS.
Let's turn our attention to Port. You're talking about straight sets out, and you're talking about pressure and questions asked to the board and all and sundry at Melbourne. Mate, it'll be times 10 here. It'll be times 10 if they go out in straight sets.
Yeah, so what do you suspect? Say they went through a preliminary final. So they win. Everyone will say, fantastic effort. Well done. Can they beat Collingwood at the MCG? Anything can happen. You know, they finish top 4, go over there. Anything can happen. But they've got to get through Sunday. If they don't get through Saturday night, what do you suspect the response will be? Do you think that they will say Port made the wrong decision to extend Ken Hinkley?
All of the above. It'll be gloves off the top turnbuckle. They'll be eating their own. They'll go bunter, Robbo. They will go bunter.
I don't think that's right. I mean, this is a hard competition. It's hard to win. I know Ken hasn't won one, but they had a super season, and it's fallen apart a little bit at the end with injuries and, you know, form, depth. But when they made the decision to extend him, I think he deserved that. He deserved that.
Of course he did.
So I think it would be ludicrous for Port fans to jump up and down and come off the turnbuckle. It's a great word, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Turnbuckle.
love it. And they will. But, Robert, they will. We get text after... We got text now saying we're not going to the game because they re-signed Ken. What a joke.
That's just ridiculous. What is wrong with people?
Yeah, exactly.
What is wrong with people? Support your footy club. Support your coach. Support your players. That's what it's about. God almighty.
Yeah.
God almighty. I tell you what, with Finlay, I thought Finlayson getting dumped. Now, he didn't have a great game last week, and Lord can't go, and Charlie's back. Now, I reckon they need Charlie's impetus, right? His presence, his aura. You know how Port stands a little bit taller when Charlie plays? That's what got Charlie, that's what got him a game. And unfortunately, for Jeremy Finlayson, they can't play them all, and he's made way. So who would have thought that at round 12?
Well, he might be sub, Robbo. What do you think of that move?
What you reckon? Charlie might get up and play 2.5 quarters?
No, it looks like they're going to name Finlayson as sub.
Well, Ali's in doubt. Mackenzie's in doubt with injury.
Marshall's carrying
in doubt. Marshall's in doubt.
Oh, well, they've got to play him in case one of them goes down.
That's right.
Early in the game. Todd Marshall's got a lot of pressure on him.
Hasn't he?
I mean, they've all got pressure on him. But Todd Marshall, 24, he doesn't need to have another final where he's jittery in front of goal. He needs to be a really authoritative with his kicking, get his confidence back, get his momentum back. He can't have another bad one in front of the sticks like he did in the first quarter last week, because that hangs around you. You know that.
God.
That hangs around you as an identifiable negative.
Yeah.
For a beautiful kick, he cracked.
That they were saying...
He got a jab, Timmy, that's the problem.
If it's a hip injury, unfortunately, when you go out there, you're judged as 100% fit. And I would prefer, if he wasn't, that you don't, because exactly what you're just talking about, Robbo, becomes a brand, and you don't want that.
A lot of pressure on Ollie Wines. I know you've discussed this all week. I'm sure you have with your audience. But there's a lot of pressure on Ollie to perform. There's a lot of curiosity about where they're going to play Ollie. So I'd kick Horn Francis out of the middle. I think they've got to get Ollie back inside.
Correct.
Get Horn Francis on a wing, back flank, forward flank, high half forward. I think they've got to go Drew, put the tag on one of the guns, maybe or probably Kelly, and then you put Ollie in there and go head-to-head with Canelio and, Tom Green. I mean, I would send Ollie to Tom Green. He's the potential match winner as well, Tom Green.
Yeah.
And then just rotate the rest of them. Rosie a bit of half forward, Horn Francis a bit of half forward. Butters, you can majority midfield. They've got to make changes. They've got to bring their balls into play.
Spot on. Robbo, hold on. We've got some callers that want to say g'day. We're interactive here. Lines are available. Let's go to Seacliff. Kev, here's Robbo.
Hey, Robbo and Rowey and Timmy.
Hey, Kev.
G'day, Kenny.
How are we?
Where you go,
Timmy,
Kev?
tomorrow night, mate, I just want to urge all the Port supporters, all of them, to get down there, and we want to rock Adelaide Oval, mate.
You going, Kev?
Oh, yeah, I certainly am.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Well, there's a plea from Kev, Robbo, because ticket sales are very slowy, Mr. Boss Man.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Well, too expensive. Well, we had the Royal Show. Cost of living.
Don't give me the excuses, Royal Show. That's rubbish. I'd rather you say to me, look, the snapper's running.
Well, we're not allowed to catch them over here, Robbo. That's the problem. I'll be fishing tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
I've been at Adelaide Oval, and you guys have, and people who barrack for Port have been there as well.
Yeah.
And I urge Victorian supporters to go over there. One of the most glorious sporting nights of your year, maybe of your life, is to be at Adelaide Oval at a packed Port Adelaide home game when they're all going, to use your word, bunter.
Yeah, and they do. It is.
No,
it is
they
special.
do. They go mad.
It is special. I still think the best crowd I've ever been to was that final you played against Richmond at Adelaide Oval
on a Sunday
when you kicked 7, 8 or 9. It was one of the first times you did the scarf above your head.
First year, yeah, it was a ripper.
It was unbelievable. Hey, Robbo,
that was when Cochin. That's when Cochin lost the toss, wasn't it?
Yes,
Correct.
it was.
Yes,
Yes,
well,
it was.
he won it and kicked into it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sat on the chairs between the interchange benches that day.
Oh.
I got out in the ground and looked up into the grandstands as they were singing the song with the scarves, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was mesmerised.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely mesmerised.
All right, get Melbourne up tonight, Robbo. Thanks for your time. We'll speak to you next week.
Right, Righto. See you, boys. Have a great weekend. Have a great call.
Yeah, well done. Mark
Cheers,
Robinson there. Thanks to Barnacle Bill. Barnacle Bill for seafood, serving SA quality seafood and much, 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 much more for over 50 long years.
Well, tell us, 82230000. Robbo was asking, why aren't you going to the football? We'd like to know as well. It's not a sellout for the semi-final yet. We do have double passes to give away later on in the show as well, but we'd love you to have your say. 82230000. We'll take more of your calls next. Here's your traffic.
At Valley View, road plates in use due to a hole in the road, Green Junction Road near Paul's Drive. She's down to 40 k's. Busy in a couple of spots on the drive home. The parade at Norwood, Anzac Highway. Busy at Morford Road as you're turning left on the drive home. And we've got cameras tonight, quite a few too, to Kettle Terrace in the Parklands and one Dyson Road at Christie's Beach. Amart's multi-buy deal is on now. Save 20% when you buy 4 or more full-price items store-wide, including lounges, dining, bedroom and more. T's and C's apply. Hurry end Sunday at Amart. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. The first week of finals didn't go to plan for Port Adelaide.
And that one really stinks, Port Adelaide.
The heavy loss to the Lions means it's do or die from this point on.
Round the body towards goal. He's got the carry as well. Connor Rosie, you star.
Tomorrow night on 5AA, the Power return to Adelaide Oval to put it all on the line against the Giants.
Holy Lord, 4 goals.
5AA is your home for finals football.
It's official. Prawn season is here and SA King Prawns is the place to go for the freshest catch. When Tony, Heather and their crew aren't at sea, they're selling their delicious catch in the SA King Prawn store in Edinburgh North and SA Farmers Market Paraka. Pick up 2 kilos of raw medium prawns for $40. Buy 2 cartons and get $10 off. And Coffin Bay oysters from $15 a dozen. SA King Prawns. Saturdays only at 15 Jewetton Road, Edinburgh North. Sundays only at the SA Farmers Market Paraka.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Orthopaedic surgery is enhanced at Western Hospital by a well-established short-stay program focusing on returning you home following your joint replacement. A joint school is provided prior to surgery, led by experienced orthopaedic nurses and physiotherapists who support you during your journey toward a safe and often early return home. For more information about orthopaedic short-stay surgery, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200.
11 minutes to 5. Beautiful day. Treaders after 5 o'clock. Lines available. They always are. Love to hear from you. Hey, this is pretty urgent. You have until midnight tonight to be in 5 draws to win $100,000.
That's correct. 100K payday could be yours just for getting into the Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets by midnight tonight. So get onto it. You've only got 7 and a bit hours to go. So plus you'll stay in the draw for the biggest grand prize ever. A choice between a $5 million Hyde Park grand prize or $4.5 million in cash.
Not a lot of people can afford Hyde Park.
Or cash.
Very, very flash area. There's a $5 million house there, or $4,500 in cold, hard Oxford. I'd ask for Crispies too. Don't put it in my bank account. I want to pick it up in a satchel.
Yep, satchel,
in
black
a man
bag,
purse.
in a
in
car
a
park.
man bag.
Done deal. But if the mortgage-free life in Hyde Park isn't what you're after, well, take the $4.5 million cash like Rowey will and live the life you've always imagined. You on the run? Don't miss out. Get your home lottery tickets by midnight tonight to be in the draw. Visit homelottery.com.au.
Oh, if only the old fisherman next door stopped scaling his catch right under my bedroom window. The smell is rank.
At Sip and Save, we get others can be a bit on the nose.
You know, just once, it'd be nice if my son didn't return my car on empty.
We aim to fill each visit with top-notch service.
Oh, there's nothing worse than not getting the extra pickles you ordered on your cheeseburger.
You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
The 48-hour event is now on at Audi Solitaire. Unprecedented offers on select new vehicles in stock and demonstrators for immediate delivery. Visit Audi Solitaire before time runs out. The 48-hour event ends Saturday 5 p.m. Audi Solitaire, Blair Road, Hawthorn.
If you're like me and love your golf, then the brand new Big Swing Golf Indoor Simulators at Drummond Golf Mile End will blow you away, and you can play rain, hail or shine. Now, I've had a crack at these simulators and they are brilliant. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from. Jump online and take a look at bigswinggolf.com.au, then call your mates and head down to Drummond Golf Mile End.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes to 5, Treaders after 5, John Blake.
The only other thing going on this week is the Power are in a final, and it's on Saturday night against the Giants. I mean, it's South Australia against Sydney, so why wouldn't everybody get behind the Power?
Travis Boak, Willem Drew, we know what Ollie Lord can do. Jason Burgoyne, Ryan Burton, Darcy Burn-Jones. SANFL Pepper, he's a star. Charlie Dixon and his cars. Bryn Tickle, Quinton Knuckle and Horacio. Horn, Francis, what a find. Trent McKenzie, Ollie Wines, Georgiades, Dylan Williams, Jed McEntee. Scotty Lyson back in time. This is not a nursery rhyme. Premiers we want to be, so ring a Rosie. We all should support the Power. Though it might seem alien, they are South Australian, so let's all get behind the Power. It's not rocket science if we beat the Giants. Finlayson and Bergman, Dersma has a big plan. Try and catch him if you can. Xavier's the arrow man. Willie Rioli they fear. What a cracking fruity year. You can't mark interfere. That's why we have a leer. We all should support the Power. Putting it succinctly, do it for Ken Hinkley. So let's all get behind the Power. If you don't take part, it might just tear us apart. Zach Butters, he can't wait. Make Todd Marshall concentrate. All your other teammates are hoping that you pick them straight. We all should support the Power. Though it might seem alien, they are South Australian, so let's all get behind the Power. It's not rocket science if we beat the Giants.
Oh, how good's that?
He's very clever, isn't he? And we actually got a request on the unique Homestyle Foods text. Okay, boys, can you please play the Blakey song about Port from this morning? So there's your request, and it's done. So I feel like a DJ in the afternoon.
I didn't hear any of the two dads in there. Sam Power Pepper.
Not yet. Not yet.
Darcy Byrne-Jones.
Yeah. Oh, no, you love that.
Zerk Thatcher will be in there next year.
And, yes.
Who's the other one? Horn Francis. He was in there.
Yeah, he was in there. He made it. So, a couple of other unique Homestyle Foods text. Remember we had, I can't remember the caller, but he said, look, one of the biggest issues he has is that you don't get your seat that you had during the year, and you should be able to maybe get that priority and pay for it. That's cool, but they just want to get their seats.
Okay.
Well, a couple have jumped in and said, yeah, look, totally agree with the last caller. You don't get the opportunity to keep your reserve seat as a Club 1 1870 member. That pays a substantial amount for my seat. I just want to get in it again. So I don't want to be up in the nosebleed section for a ridiculous price. And the other one was, guys, I am a Port supporter. When I bought tickets to the prelim against the Bulldog, I was allocated seats in the Western Stand behind a banister, which I had to look around to see the Southern goals. I wasn't happy with it. We should be able to retain our membership seats and sit in the Eastern Stand in the regular season. So thanks very much, Joe. So there's a couple backing that up, just saying it would be... I think, for me, I think that is a nice priority. If you get it, great. Shouldn't be an excuse for not going.
No.
Let's go to Andrew.
Come on.
Yep. G'day, Timmy.
Hey, buddy.
How are you, mate?
Good, buddy.
Good. Timmy, I'd like to get on board with Finlayson, that he plays or a sub or whatever.
Yep.
And I think the Power should have got him more like Westhoff, so he could play forward and back. When they get into trouble, we can go back and take the big mark.
He has played back before, Andrew, at the Giants. He used to play as a defender there, so he has experienced that role. So that's why I think they're probably going to play him as sub, because I think they are worried that one of those big men might not make it through.
Makes sense. And we'll take that up with Treaders after 5.
We certainly will. 5 o'clock time for the news. We'll keep taking your calls as well. 8223 0000. The lines are always open for you. We'll get to the news now.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA Breakfast.
We're at a point in human history where NASA and the US government openly talk about UFOs. This has sort of happened over the past 12 months and no one's really noticed, but it's just something that happens normally now.
Informing Adelaide.
Did you see that nutty guy in Mexico yesterday who turned up with his two
the corpses.
alien corpses? They look like they'd been made at the Plaster Funhouse on Goodwood Road.
Like Jim Henson had made them.
Yeah, that's right.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Maccas are all about sourcing great Aussie produce. Beef, 100% Aussie. Chicken, RSPCA approved and 100% Aussie too. This has to be the Aussiest ad ever. Changing for the better, we're on it. See our website for details.
It always starts the same. I'm just going for a look. But a look quickly becomes Aussie-made steel, did you say? And, phew, hot dip trailers. And before you know it, does it come in blue? When you hook up that new trailer from Adelaide Trailer Sales, the wind blows in your hair a little harder, traffic parts for you, and the world is your oyster. So come for a look at Adelaide Trailer Sales, Morford Vale and Bordertown. Aussie, built to last.
Lines available, Treaders after 5. Ask him a question, anything. Why aren't you turning up? We probably all have mates in the construction industry. Well, all we do.
We all do.
On my little colt.
Absolutely.
Here's a startling statistic. Our mates in construction are 8 times more likely to die by suicide than a workplace accident. That is alarming.
An alarming stat indeed. Mates in construction, and I've seen them at work. I've seen their vans go around. They go to the morning teas and have a chat to the guys. It's excellent. It's a charity dedicated to suicide awareness training and support for the construction and allied industry. So it's mates looking after mates, really important. Training includes teaching people what it looks like when their mates are struggling a bit and how to have those meaningful conversations with them.
It was Are You OK Day yesterday,
It
wasn't
was indeed,
Yeah, how
my friend.
appropriate's this? So in 2021, Mates in Construction was endorsed by the World Health Organisation as a global industry for suicide prevention's best practice.
Excellent, they are. If you believe your workplace needs assistance, and I think everybody should do it regardless, don't even worry whether you think you need it, just do it. Get into Mates in Construction, visit mates.org.au, and if you're struggling, call Lifeline on 13 11 14 for 24/7 crisis support. That's 13 11 14.
You're off then?
Yes, dear.
The backyard needs a good trim with the ride-on mower.
Totally. The kids will be done shortly, so they need picking up from the oval.
Good plan. Why are you giving me the car keys?
You can't walk to the oval, silly. Oh, don't worry, the backyard will look fantastic by the time you get back. Mwah.
Okay, dear. But I get the ride-on next time?
We'll see. Probably not.
Stanford Mowers for ride-ons. 590 Main North Road, Jeps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
At Harvey Norman, get 60 months interest-free, no deposit finance from Latitude Financial Services and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. That's a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend on interest-free purchases. Shop our huge range. Everything you need for your home and lifestyle with 60 months interest-free. No deposit, no interest with 60 monthly repayments. And receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. T's and C's, fees, charges and product exclusions apply. Participating Latitude credit cards only. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance amount $1,000.
It's easy to do business with Dutton's Ram. Easy as falling in love with the Ram 1500 Laramie Sport. Australia's favourite premium full-size pickup truck. Boasting SUV-like comfort and space, a powerful V8 Hemi engine, Ram box and 4.5-tonne max towing capacity. It's business class travel for the road. Book a test drive today at Dutton's Ram in Murray Bridge. Go to duttonsram.com.au.
Dutton's. Easy to do business with.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Clear tonight, sunny tomorrow, 24. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
From chips to replacements, make Complete Windscreens your insurer repairer of choice. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
Convicted murderer Chris Dawson will spend at least 1 extra year behind bars after being jailed for an unlawful sexual relationship with a student. The court heard the former teacher and rugby league player will be 93 when he's first eligible for parole. Earlier this year, he was found guilty of one count of carnal knowledge by a teacher of a girl aged between 10 and 17. In sentencing, Judge Sarah Huggett rejected a submission that the sentence for this offence shouldn't add to his total time in jail.
The criminality involved in the present offence cannot be encompassed by that encompassed in the murder offence. There must be some accumulation to reflect the discrete nature of the offence before this court and the fact it involved a different victim and was committed at a completely different time.
The Disability Royal Commission has held a final ceremonial hearing to conclude the 4-year inquiry. It's been examining ways to prevent abuse, neglect, exploitation and abuse of people with a disability. The final report will be handed to the Governor-General in a fortnight. Commission Chairman Ronald Sackville says it'll provide a blueprint for Commonwealth, state and territory governments.
The abuses exposed by the Royal Commission demand an urgent and comprehensive response from all Australian governments. I cannot claim that the final report covers every conceivable issue within the scope of the terms of reference. That, as a practical matter, would have been impossible.
The federal government has hit back after a senior Voice opponent claimed colonisation has left Indigenous people better off. Coalition Senator Jacinta Price argues First Nations people shouldn't be treated differently to other Australians. She's urging people to vote no in the referendum on the 14th of October. But Indigenous Australians Minister Linda Burney says the comments are disgraceful.
I think that they are offensive and a real betrayal to the many families that have experienced things like the stolen generations.
The calendar for the upcoming summer of tennis has been released. The Adelaide International returns to the Drive in 2024. Tourism Minister Zoe Bettison says the combined WTA 500 and ATP 250 tournaments will run from January 8 to 13.
Well, one of the things about the Drive is your ability to get up close to watch these fantastic athletes at their finest.
Player announcements will be made in the coming months. Well, Australia is expressing its deep concern about a meeting between the leaders of Russia and North Korea. There's speculation Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un are planning an arms deal. Mr Putin says military cooperation between the countries is a possibility, but Foreign Minister Penny Wong has told the ABC Russia shouldn't be providing weapons to North Korea.
Any Russian purchase would be a violation of multiple resolutions of the UN Security Council, which ban all arm transfers to and from North Korea. And I think this shows, if this is true, a degree of desperation from Mr Putin.
The son of the US president has been charged with 3 gun offences. Hunter Biden is accused of lying on a form which asked him to declare he wasn't using illegal drugs when he bought the revolver in 2018. He is known to have previously had a cocaine addiction. Former federal prosecutor Jennifer Rogers says he's the first child of a sitting president to face charges.
I certainly, if I were making history, would not want to make it with this set of facts and these laws. I think that this case is weak.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
The BMW Demonstrator Sale event is on now. Experience exceptional value at your local BMW dealer today while stocks last.
All roads lead to the MCG tonight for footy fans for the semi-final between Melbourne and Carlton. MCC Chief Stuart Fox says it's been a bumper season and there's another record waiting to be broken.
We've had 3 million patrons through the gates year to date, and all we need is 92,000 to come through tonight, and it'll be the biggest football season we've had in the MCG's 170-year history.
Port Adelaide has explained the decision to drop Jeremy Finlayson for tomorrow's semi-final against GWS at Adelaide Oval. He makes way for Charlie Dixon, who's recovered from a foot injury. Power coach Ken Hinkley concedes Finlayson's form has dipped in recent weeks.
We've got Charlie back. Jeremy's been given everything he's got all this year, and unfortunately, the numbers were probably against him a little bit, but Charlie coming back was also significant.
And in cricket, the 4th ODI will be played tonight between Australia and South Africa. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale ends this Saturday. Don't miss incredible savings on all stock units.
At Valley View, road plates in use due to a hole in the road, Grain Junction Road near Paul's Drive. She's down a 40 case there in both directions. Busy in a few spots in the drive home. The parade at Norwood, really slow. Anzac Highway at Morpher Road as you're turning left there. And a few cameras to look out for. Don't let them ruin your weekend. Education Road, Happy Valley. And Grand Scully Road at Clarendon. Score a great deal on all your footy faves at BWS, like a 10-pack of Summersby apple cider cans for $22. Hurry, ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight down to 10, sunny tomorrow 24, Sunday mostly sunny 28, Monday partly cloudy 25. Right now it's 20. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, finals fever at Alberton ahead of Port Adelaide's do-or-die semi-final clash against GWS tomorrow night. Why a cop killer and prison escapee is being granted freedom. A fresh warning about power prices, what's driving them even higher, and the new push to help those suffering chronic neck and back pain. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 and on 9 Now.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes after 5 on this Friday, Footy Friday for Rusden. Coming up this hour before we head to the G at 6 o'clock for 5AA football, our last double pass for the Port semi-final on Saturday night. We'll give that away very shortly. SANFL captains in Matthew Wright and James Battersby for the prelim on Sunday. Terry McAuliffe will chat to us with some tips, and we want your calls. 8223 0000. The lines are open. Get involved in the show. You can have a chat to Treaders. He's here until 5:30, all thanks to One Solution. Protect and improve your business with One Solution. They're winners of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award.
Throws it up long. Goal clear. Treadray!
Warren Treadray.
The Premiership Cup to the captain, Warren Treadray. Oh, Treadray! Party time!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Again, they're list management questions. If they're the questions you're going to keep asking, we'll probably finish and move on. But all the list management stuff for the last time will get taken care of by Jason Cripps, who's actually here today. So if you've got some questions, you can go and talk to Jason. That's his job. My job is to really focus in on a final and get Travis and every other player playing at their best for tomorrow night.
That was Ken Hinkley. Just asked about the Travis Boak scenario of not being contracted, and quickly referred it to Jason Cripps, as we welcome you, Warren Treadray. He didn't sound like he was too happy about that.
Sounds
question.
like that might have been in my previous life as a presenter, journo. Sounds like that might have been question 85 on the same topic.
Yeah, right.
So I can understand that. And
Prickly's good, but I like Prickly in finals.
Well, shows emotion, shows
Of course
care,
it
doesn't
does.
it? No, I didn't think that was too bad. I think it's a fundamental question. Everyone wants to whack journalists nowadays. That's their job. Someone drops a story that Boak, there's a story going around, Port want to retire Boak, Boak don't want to retire. Well, that is a genuine story, particularly when the team's in the last 6 in the comp. So, yeah, I think everyone's well within their rights to ask the question, but understandably, coach has got a game to worry about.
Yeah, but don't be sooky when you get a response like that.
So-
I mean, it is a final, isn't it?
Well, this
The last
is
thing he wants to talk about is Boakey.
Massive pressure on this, and they're probably, without knowing, and I don't, hand on heart, I don't know what's going on down there.
Well, with Boakey, I reckon he's been told.
Well, it smells like there may be a discussion going on, and everyone wants to say it's bad, and at least they owe everyone. And when Travis stuck with us, don't get me wrong, when Travis stuck with Port, it was a low ebb, and but he's also had 18 years since and been paid very well. And
People rallied behind the signing of Boakey.
Absolutely. But then the pillars were put in place over the journey. The AFL come in and helped resource it and moved to Adelaide over all those things. So, but I've always had a thought that no one owes anyone anything with this. He's had a wonderful career at Port. If it goes on next year, great. If it finishes this year, well, not everyone gets to finish on their own terms. And reality is his contract finishes at the end of October. So if the club don't want to renew that, that's the reality of it.
So how would you handle it?
I'd handle it how I think it could be handled without knowing whether it's actually gone on or not. I know Jason Cripps well. I don't know Ken Hinkley very well. To say hello or whatever, yeah. But
Isn't this
I know
driven
Chris
by
Davies.
the player?
No, not this situation, I wouldn't have thought.
No, but a goodbye is...
Well, yeah.
If Boakey doesn't want a goodbye and he just wants to concentrate on the finals...
The difference is 12 months
good on
ago,
him.
I think a mature discussion, I assume, has taken place with Travis around the mid-season mark of the year, where we're seeing things go. They might have come to a decision, and I suspect, like you, maybe he has been.
There's a decision made.
But like 12 months ago, the same thing happened. I think at one stage Robbie Gray was keen to play on. But then when both parties come together and talk, and he realises his body, and he's got a crook knee, and he's got an opportunity to go into list management for life after footy.
We've seen a few of those.
Mate, I can tell you one happened last year, and it'll get denied, but I heard that Joel Selwood Geelong had spoken for a period of time to a stage that, hey, we're not sure, we don't want you to finish in the VFL. And this is all about, hey, could Travis play 15 games, 10 games, 15 games next year? Yes. Could Joel Selwood have done that this year? Yes. Could Robbie Gray have done that this year? Yes. But at some stage, there needs to be an opportunity presented to the next person, who's the new Travis Boak or Robbie Gray or Joel Selwood.
And
my understanding is
you've got him.
Joel Selwood had a pretty mature discussion and came to the realisation, you know what? Time for post-footy. But if Geelong said, hey, we're desperate for you to stay on, can you stay on? I'm pretty sure that would have been the case.
It's a two-way street.
It is.
He could not have got a better way to go, Joel Selwood. Though.
Perfect. And maybe his form, his second half of the year's form went boom. Maybe it was off the back. He knew it was coming to an end. And he wanted to make it.
Pressure was off.
Pressure was off.
Yeah, okay.
And he could just play with the freedom like I've spoken about previously with Taylor Walker with the captaincy.
I think from the Port Adelaide faithful point of view, they just don't want Travis Boak to have a, what would you say, a sour taste ending. And I don't think anybody wants that from Port Adelaide.
They'll handle it.
And the other
say they lose tomorrow night.
Boakey
might just say, you know what, carry me off, I'm done.
He might be. And he might be.
Potentially, but so long as it's...
Let him make that
as long as that's a very, like you said, mature and mutual decision.
Clubs do it a lot better than they used to. I've been involved in Port in the times there were some decisions that weren't handled well, and it leaves a bitter taste in people's mouth. But eventually they come back to their club because they love their club. They just don't necessarily love the decision making. Well, every club's done it. Every club's got a long conga line of things they regret, and they've got others they go really well. Like Robbie Gray's one was brilliant last year, but that's able to happen, and you give that because you're not in a knockout final.
There you go.
So there's also that complexity as well.
Can you win tomorrow? Are you nervous?
I'm more nervous than I was last week. Yeah, I was a lot more confident last week. I just worry how many underdone players when I saw selection.
It is a concern.
It's a reality. Aaliyah didn't move great.
Mackenzie's on one leg.
Mackenzie was underdone, then hurts his ankle after hurting your knee. You just need time when you recover, and when you're close to 30 or over 30 like he is, you don't bounce back quick. My other worry, I heard of Dersma. Now, I also surprised to see Dylan Williams in the team because he pinged a hammy and put ice on it with the glad wrap round his leg last week.
He's out, but
he trained.
He's in the team.
He's in emergency. He's named as an emergency.
Potentially named as emergency for a sub.
Yeah, but he's not in the team.
But the other bit too is everyone talks about Marshall, that his current injury might not play when he's trained. Now he's been picked. So there's a lot of guys. And then Charlie Dixon.
7 weeks.
It's going to be 7 weeks between his last match and tomorrow night.
Yep.
That's a long time. I get it. He might have got fitter and all that. It's a long time without touch and playing at game intensity. And not only are you playing at round 20 and minor round intensity, you're coming in final intensity.
But he's a warrior. He's a big boy.
Is that why the talk is Finlayson will be sub? That they're worried about one of those key players not being able to either go the journey
Who's
or that
saying
injury.
He's going to be sub?
Well, that's being rumoured.
Oh, hello.
Very strong.
What do you know?
No, I don't know anything, but I'll worry if he's sub.
Well, I think Timmy's right. I think he has to be.
I don't think he plays.
Well, Aaliyah's in trouble. Mackenzie's in trouble. Marshall's in trouble.
What would you rather do? Not have a backup on the bench, right? In terms of a sub?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if Connor Rosey, touch wood, doesn't happen. Boakey, midfielder goes down.
Yeah,
You've got a ruckman to throw into the mix.
Yeah, I'm not...
You won't be able to run the game out.
I'm not against Finlayson being a sub to cover those ones. I think if we got a midfielder hurt, then that would be Powell Pepper. Could go in the middle.
Yeah, but then you're still playing a tall forward. That's my bit, is you've got too many talls then. But I can understand why Port look at it. But if you've got that much concern about whether blokes are going to get in, don't take the risk.
That's right. If you're
worried
about
a sub, worried your big
exactly
blokes
right.
won't get through.
That's exactly
and
right.
And say it's a Mackenzie, right, just for this discussion.
That's a concern.
Send Finlayson to play high defence. When I say high defence, centre half back. If they take him to goal square,
correct.
You keep flipping it over with Aaliyah.
Yeah.
He's played defence before.
That's the way to do it.
Aaliyah's your best goal line defender. I'd be doing that. I wouldn't be taking that.
Yeah, the guy I think is probably the most under scrutiny as far as injury goes, I think it's Marshall. I think watching him last week, and he hasn't trained hardly at all for a long time.
Well, when you detrain,
he's definitely got this. He's definitely got this hip injury, and he's the one that I worry about the most. This week, and I picked the team last night.
You had him out.
I had him out injured.
Yeah,
because I just didn't want to take that risk.
I did too.
I think it's this is the vicious cycle anyone who's had a lower leg injury finds himself in. Guilty, Your Honour, over the journey. You're sore, you can't do the work, right? So you can't train during the week, keep your fitness up, so you're going to have to do other stuff. Then you get to a game, then because you can't replicate game-style training on the track because you don't want to twist and turn and aggravate an ankle, a knee, a groin, a hip. You get sorer, so you don't do the work. Then you don't recover from the games as well, and your body detrains, and then finally your touch goes.
Well, Ken Hinkley spoke about Marshall today.
There's absolutely nothing to do with the missus and him being sore, without being disrespectful to people who speculate too often.
He said no correlation between the goal kicking last week and an injury.
But if you can't train, and it's a lower leg injury.
Wow.
So we're
all wrong.
We're wrong.
We're all wrong.
So
He missed those goals by himself.
So that says then
All right.
what Ken's saying, and that says it's either mental or it's technique.
Want to hear the rest?
A bit of both.
Wow.
There's more to it.
We wouldn't pick him if we didn't think. I mean, Todd should have kicked probably 4, maybe 5 goals last week. So, yeah, there's been a bit made about a couple of misses, but everyone misses in this game. I think the best players in the game over history have missed some shots at goal. Todd's a really reliable shot at goal, and we're really confident and comfortable that Todd will do his best for us tomorrow night.
But I think that's why the discussion has been made, and we've drawn that correlation from the outside. We don't go to training.
I've never seen him kick one out full.
This is the bit. He's a beautiful kick of the footy.
Off the inside of his
and
boot.
you see him not training and
Never
he's carrying a hip and he's been rested. You suspect that obviously it could restrict him. But if it doesn't restrict him, don't know. I think also too it's a coach defending his player, which you hope.
100% it is. 1 and 1 equals 3 for us in the cheap seats.
Yeah.
But they're there. They know their player.
And they also know the players
I
under
hope he
pressure,
plays well.
so they come back and back him because he's their best set shot by.
Oh God,
absolutely.
Port's best force by
Fit,
a long way.
he's in the team.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Hello, Luke.
Hello, fellas. Hey, I just got a question for all three of you. In history, football history, I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
How many teams have come into a final series with injury clouds like Port Adelaide have right now and gone all the way?
Brisbane
Don't
03.
you have to be hey?
Brisbane 2003.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just asking the question because
Yeah.
I just feel that the injuries came at the wrong time of year for Port, and we need to be firing now, like we were halfway through the year, if that makes sense. I mean,
I
we're
agree
firing
with
at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're firing at the wrong time of year. So, that's just what I want to know. Like, basically, how many teams win premiership?
Yeah, you make a good point, Luke. And this was the risk when you go 13 in a row. You're not changing the team much.
A lot of this is luck, but
yeah, a lot of it's
they've been
luck.
Very unlucky.
A lot of luck, but
a lot of
some
collision injuries.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but the other bit too is I think take away the Port element, and Luke makes a good point. I'm a big English Premier League fan, and the stronger your depth is the stronger how you win your titles. So Alex Ferguson, I'm Arsenal man, Arsene Wenger back in the day, Mikel Arteta, we fell over at the end last year with Man City, and the teams that can consistently get the jobs done and manage their roster. So instead of playing North Melbourne or West Coast, you might rest a couple of key players or unload their minutes.
And did it this weekend, Tottenham.
Yeah, but we don't seem to do that in AFL because we're all about the now.
Yeah.
So you want to keep winning, want to keep winning. But in the end, particularly, if this is valid and Port gets lots of injuries at the wrong time of the year, they'd have to look at that in the off-season, subject to how they finish this year.
Yeah.
It's 19 minutes after 5. Like Luke, you can call in and have your say on anything you'd like ahead of the semi-final and ask Treaders 8223 0000. But what I've just been told is that we can give away some tickets to the game on Saturday. Right now, call in. First 7 callers through will go straight into the draw. 8223
Timmy's lucky
0055. That's right, the lucky sevens. We've got the bowl out. We'll get the numbers ready and we'll put you in the draw if you're the first 7 callers through. Get ready. We'll do this after the break. Here's your traffic.
Crash to look out for in the city, West Terrace near Sturt Street. Hillcrest, crash there as well, North East Road near Innes Road. While at Valley View, road plates in use due to a hole in the road. Grand Junction Road near Paul's Drive, she's down to 40 k's. Busy the parade at Norwood, slow. Anzac Highway at Morfordville with a camera this afternoon. Gulfview Road at Christie's Peak. Get set to watch the big games of the new king-size TV from Harvey Norman. Don't miss out on big savings on the big brands in-store and online now at Harvey Norman. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Port Adelaide Royalty.
Sensational goal! Warren Treadray
Warren Treadray joins the 5AA Sports Show. Mondays from 5 p.m. Thanks to Mahindra Wayville, Adelaide's #1 Mahindra dealer, now open on Goodwood Road, opposite the showgrounds, driven by Australian Motors.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years we, the Lynn Andrews team, have specialised in commercial and residential property management. But above all, we specialise in people, helping to make life easier for investors and tenants. Everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It's the way we do business. It's the Lynn Andrews way. For residential and commercial property management, we're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Don't you hate it when the bus driver stops way past your stop?
At Sip and Save, we know others can leave you feeling overlooked.
It'd be nice if my grown-up kids would swing by without hitting me up for cash.
We want you to feel valued with every visit.
I know, I told my hubby no gifts this birthday, but he didn't have to listen to me.
You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
Hi, it's Jacinta Numbajimba Price. We all want to help Indigenous Australians in disadvantaged communities, but this voice is not the answer. We don't know how it would work. And once it opens the door to activists, we don't know what comes next. What we do know is, once it's in the Constitution, it risks legal challenges and will permanently divide us. This voice is risky, divisive and permanent. So if you don't know, vote no.
Authorised by AMA Liberal Adelaide.
Australia, there's great value hands down at Coles, with thousands of specials like Red Rock Deli potato chips 150 to 165 gram packs, half price at $3.15. Only at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Jayco Adelaide, they got their Great Escape summer sale on and it's in its second week, but it must end this Saturday, so make sure you get in there. Now, you've still got time to take advantage of great deals across the entire range at Jayco Adelaide, and believe me, they're not mucking around. Their prices start from just $23,590, which is unbelievable.
Well, it is, and a lot of people have sales, and you think, oh, is that genuine?
Are they Finnegan?
Oh, my God. We're talking hot summer savings of up to $3,000. That's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
So if you need an excuse to plan a great escape, you've got one. Thanks to Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale.
Now, there's plenty of stock with flexible finance options on offer for approved applicants, so get in there.
Don't miss the incredible opportunity. Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale must end this Saturday. Now, if you're warming to the idea of a new RV, go to jaycoadelaide.com.au or visit the team at 804 to 820 South Road, Edwardstown.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. When you buy a Leader computer, you're buying a computer made in Adelaide. You're dealing with people that live in Adelaide. And when it comes to servicing or support, it all happens in Adelaide. Not overseas, not interstate. Leader don't have to send anything off for repair. They take care of everything here. So grow your business and get behind a Leader. Leader Computers, find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
We'll be as selected. I mean, if anything changes, we'll obviously make those decisions. But as we always are, we pick the team that we expect to take the field.
There we go, 25 minutes after 5. Ken Hinkley earlier today thinks they will pick the team and play with the team they've selected. But we're giving away tickets to the semi-final on Saturday.
7 luckies, here's the bowl.
Okay, we've got all the callers lined up, 1 to 7.
That'd be worth a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to hand this to Timmy. Timmy's going to hand it to
hock
you.
it.
You pick out a number.
Yeah, I might.
Let Treaders pick a number out.
Why is it
looking.
Hold it, don't look.
Why is it down to me for?
Well, because you're the man. You're a premiership Port Adelaide AFL.
What number did you get?
Which way?
That is a 6, mate, because there's only 7 callers.
Oh, damn, I was trying to
And
get
6 is...
Stephen from Ethel Park!
Yeah, well done, Steve. Mate, you are the winner, mate. You're going.
That is amazing.
How
Thank you.
Good man. Use them wisely. You barrack for Port, Stephen, I take it?
Of course I do.
Beautiful.
Of course I do.
It was giant, Stephen. You'd be a redraw right now.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Well done, Steve. Enjoy that. Boys, this is on the unique homestyle food team.
Yes.
Boys, gentlemen, lads.
Yes.
52,805 attended the Crows v GWS in 2017. So where are your supporters? That's Neil from Encounter Bay. What was the crowd for Port Adelaide's game?
32,597.
Well, they'll beat that. That was round
game was
22.
that? Oh.
Timmy, that was round 22.
No, it was round.
GWS.
No, it
That
was
was GWS.
22.
Round 22.
I think it was.
I keep thinking 22 is the last round.
No,
There you go.
no, it was round
Bit
22.
old school thinking there, Tim.
Yeah, I think we've had 24 rounds
Yeah,
this
we
year,
have.
Treaders, with 23 games played.
Oh, look,
so.
you know what? They'll turn up. Hello, Marianne. Marianne.
Hello.
Hello, Marianne.
Hello. Who am I talking to? Treaders or?
Yeah,
Treaders,
Treaders, Timmy and Rowey.
Hello, Treaders and Timmy. Oh, okay. Hello, Rowey.
Oh, she got it. I thought she got a fresh air.
I know that hurt, but Marianne, come on.
Oh, no, I have to be nice to you because you did let me into the Oval one.
There you go.
One game, yeah.
There you
That was
go.
a while ago when my
That's
grandson
okay.
was playing in the band.
Oh,
Are you
beautiful.
confident, Marianne?
Am I? Yes, I am. And that's why I'm ringing to say why the Port Adelaide supporters aren't actually going to the game tomorrow night.
Yeah, what do you
is
think?
because they're saving their money
For the week
for the
after.
flight to go over. Yeah, to go
Well,
to
you
the grand
sort of,
final.
you sort of do need to budget, don't you? Because
Marianne, yes.
it is following a footy club, and the renewal's already out, I think,
Oh.
at Port Adelaide for next year.
Well, no, but here, that's exactly
Yeah,
right.
so you're like, well, how much? If you got 4 kids, or
If
say
Port
2
win,
kids, there's 4
Yeah, there you
tickets,
go.
and then you've got. If you're going to potentially gone to Brisbane, and there was surprisingly a lot more people than I expected in Brisbane last week, Timmy, wasn't there?
Excellent.
There was a heap of people.
Port win, you're off to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Against Collingwood.
Potentially 2 weeks in
at
a
the
row.
G. I know.
If you're a positive thinker.
Hello, Scott. Scott, you know what all to say about you from Brighton. Here's Timmy.
Yeah, just about the ticketing process. My partner tried to get a ticket for both of us, and we could only purchase one by the membership ticket together.
Oh,
So
that's
that
awkward.
could be a reason why.
That's
Oh,
weird.
that's weird.
It's normally one barcode, one ticket.
Yeah. How many
Yeah, that's
memberships
right.
you got?
Only the one membership,
Okay.
but we could only buy one ticket
Off that barcode, yeah.
off that barcode.
That's right.
correct. That is one for one.
Which means
So if you're not a member,
if
you
we went
can't
on-
get in. Is that what you're saying?
No,
No,
you
if you're a
can,
member,
but
you
anyone
can use
can
your
get in.
barcode, but
But
one
we
barcode
couldn't-
gets one ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we went in and bought another ticket, we wouldn't be sitting both together.
Correct.
That's right, and
That's
that
correct.
hurts.
The extra ticket is what hurts. You did right, Scott. So,
Yeah, so it makes it pretty difficult for
Yes,
people
it
that
does.
have only got the one ticket but want to get 2 tickets.
yep. No.
How hard is it for interstate clubs? I know it'd be harder at the MCG. That if you're a member, you're a Port member, and you've sat in that seat for 11 home games, that you can't get that same seat.
Yeah.
How come they can't do that, Timmy? You
Well,
used to work in
it gets
ticketing.
it gets handed over to the AFL, and they
Yeah, but
basically
the
have a
stupid old
blank
AFL
stadium.
need to take your Excel spreadsheet and say, well,
Yeah, okay then. I understand your thinking, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this weekend it's Port v Crows. How do you handle your Excel spreadsheet there?
If it's Port's home game, you just give it to
They
them.
get
It's Crows'
first
home
dibs.
game, you give it to them.
Yeah, but Crows fans will also want to get in too. They'll get an allocation because really after the home team gets it's a split. It's not a 100% or nothing.
Okay,
It's
percentage.
a 60-40
Yeah,
and then
right.
it's a percentage
Well,
of.
that's
and
too hard a question. Let's go to
it does get
Munapara.
messy.
Hello, Frankie boy.
How you going, boys?
Hey,
Treaders,
Frank.
pull the boots back on, mate, and take us back to the promised land for one.
Mate, I did a walk on the treadmill and I've pulled up sore. That's how well I'm going, mate.
Dear, that sounds like he's out as well, Frank.
I'll be all right for a sub, though. I'll take a matchy. What does a match payment get you? $5,000?
Mate, we'll pay anything. And two, it's
My
harder
season.
for Port fans to budget for the footy each year than the Crow supporters because Port play more games because we play finals. I'll be there tomorrow night. Go Port.
Good on you, Frank.
Great call, Frank.
And I have no comeback.
Good on you,
for
Frank.
once.
I'm sitting here with you know what in my hand. I'm going fishing.
Let's go to Tyson. G'day, Tyson.
G'day, boys. Big shout out. I've got a tradie shout out to my best mate, Robert St. Clair Plumbing.
Beautiful.
He's actually in a bit of trouble. Well, not trouble, but he's actually having to take time off work to look after his own dad, like self-caring and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you need short jobs, St. Clair Plumbing, that's the man to go to, Robert.
Oh, good on you, Tyson.
you,
We're
Tyson.
doing a fair bit of that with the mates in construction, so
Yeah,
well done.
International Tradies Day 2023, Tyson. Great message today. Is International Day for Tradies. know a great local tradie and want to give them a plug.
You doing free windscreens, Rowey?
Right on, Tyson.
Yeah, I'm a tradie.
Are you doing free ones, too?
We're having a barbecue at 6 o'clock.
Call through now?
Yeah, complete windscreens, 8269444.
Love your work.
You can pick your repairer of choice.
I knew that number.
I'd pick you.
Yeah, done. I'll put it in.
Would you? Be able to do it?
Yeah, not well. So I won't be fitting it. But one of our great technicians will.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll get you to fit
you're on tomorrow night, the two of you. Let's get a tip while you're here, Treaders. Starting with you.
I'm picking Port and I'm picking Melbourne, but I think the opposition are in better form. So
that's not a bad.
So my
analogy.
attitude is, over the journey, they've been in better form, Melbourne and Port.
Yep.
But they're not playing as well right now. But I'm picking.
You trust that they will?
Well, I'm more hoping they will.
Yeah, okay, Timmy?
Yeah, I'm going Port and Carlton.
Okay,
So
I'm going
that's the
Port
way
and
I'm
Melbourne.
going.
Well, you looking at me like that?
Dunno.
My head, I just think I think Port will get it together tomorrow night.
Well, I hope they do.
But my heart is...
The hard thing is,
my
I'm
heart
worried
is
about
this.
I'm worried about the injuries.
My
And I'm
heart
worried
is
about
this.
the form.
I think we'll be hearing that twice.
It's a good song.
Yes.
Tim?
I'm not a fan.
I might be.
No.
Now, if you hear someone from Wallaroo ringing after the game, playing a trumpet to that tune, and it's, say, Stephen from Wallaroo,
Why would
it's
you
not
even
me.
do that? I thought you were a South Australian voter.
I am. I
You
just
are?
tipped you.
Well, I'm not a South Australian voter. I couldn't
Timmy,
care
have I
how the
got
Crows
class?
I will pull the plug on the generator
Okay.
at Adelaide Oval. That call comes through.
No, be honest, Timmy. You're the captain of the match.
You take it well, Tim.
you
No,
know
he
I don't.
does. He's
You can Sandy right up.
No, he gives me a crack out there. Don't worry about that. Just quickly, I know we got the
Look at him. He's
SANFL
like,
team.
move on, getting angry.
Have I got that in me?
What?
Which bit?
If Port lose,
Go off
I'm
the
the
handle
first
on
caller,
radio.
and I'm playing the
It's happened
trumpet to that
before.
theme song. If Port lose,
When you rocked
have
up,
I got that in me?
When you rocked up today, I saw your trumpet case in the back seat. So I'd say yes.
Oh, Timmy! No!
You might need a new window.
Shredders, thanks for
Because your
coming.
trumpet's gone missing.
Shredders will be live with the team 6:30 tomorrow night, live on 5AA. He's brought to us by cybersecurity and workflow that's never been more important. Get in touch with our friends at One Solution, winners of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award. On the other side, we're going to preview the SANFL preliminary final with Matthew Wright and James Battersby.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Former Australian cricketer Stuart McGill has been charged over a $300,000 cocaine deal. It's been announced the Adelaide International will return to the Drive in January. $20,000 worth of pop culture collectibles have been stolen from a storage unit. And in sport, the AFL semi-finals begin tonight with Melbourne hosting Carlton. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Jayco Adelaide's Great Escape Summer Sale ends this Saturday. Don't miss incredible savings on all stock units.
At Angle Park, there's a crash Green Junction Road near South Road. In the city, another collision West Terrace near Sturt Street and Hillcrest, another smash North East Road near Innes Road. Valley View has a few delays with road plates and news covering up a large hole in Grand Junction Road near Paul's Drive, and we're really busy Brighton Road at Glenelg East. Canberra-Tilly Road, Brunella and James Street at Campbelltown. The referendum is coming soon. Enrol to vote or update your details by 8 p.m. Monday, September 18 at aec.gov.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast clear tonight down to 10, sunny tomorrow 24. Right now it's 20. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
Time is up for your chance to win the ultimate payday. You've got until midnight tonight to get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets and be one of 5 winners to pocket $100,000. Plus, your tickets stay in the draw for the $5 million Hyde Park Grand Prize. Hurry, see full details and get your tickets by midnight tonight at homelottery.com.au. That's homelottery.com.au. Licence M14411.
Children and young people come into care for a variety of reasons, but they all have one thing in common: the need for a stable, safe and loving home. At Centre Care Foster Care, carer households play a key role in providing a secure foundation for children to grow and thrive. If you're caring and compassionate, you have a priceless gift to give a child. Consider becoming a foster carer today and visit us at fostercare.centrecare.org.au.
Is that Hakes?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Treaders.
Hello. I think it's...
Is the newsroom in here with Hakes?
No, I can smell Barnacle Bills.
I can smell Barnacle Bills for seafood. Just sing it.
Yeah. Barnacle Bills for seafood.
much more. No, it's embarrassing. At Barnacle Bill...
What is
if I said stick your head in an elephant's mouth, you would, wouldn't you?
You didn't give him much notice.
No, fair call. No, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
To be
I
fair,
do that just sitting in the chair.
If it was for a client, I would.
Do it again.
See,
Poor old Barnacle Bill.
Barnacle Bill for seafood.
Delicious prawns, fish, calamari, scallops, spring rolls, chips and salads, complemented by Barnacle Bill's famous tartare sauce.
Yummy, yummy.
Need a sweet treat, Pilla's desserts too. There's jelly, gelato, mousse, pineapple fritters.
Got the lot, Rowey, and if you got a hankering for a burger, well, that's okay, because Barnacle Bill's burgers and schnitzels are beautiful, but they got a vegan option or a veggie burger as well, so how good's that? Reel in your crew for some fish from the sea. It's got to be Barnacle Bill.
For seafood, SA-owned franchise serving South Australian quality seafood for over 50 years. Love the team. It's got to be Barnacle Bill.
If you're like me and love your golf, then the brand new Big Swing Golf Indoor Simulators at Drummond Golf Mile End will blow you away, and you can play rain, hail or shine. Now, I've had a crack at these simulators and they are brilliant. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from. Jump online and take a look at bigswinggolf.com.au, then call your mates and head down to Drummond Golf Mile End.
Here comes life. Prepare for it with Bupa. Search Bupa Health Insurance and join almost 4 million Australians today. Bupa, because life happens.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes to 6. We're heading off to the MCG at 6 o'clock for 5AA football, the first of two semi-finals. Terry McAuliffe still to join us very shortly as well, but a big day of SANFL on Sunday.
It is. Gee, I love the Angels. That's got me up for the final on Sunday, live on 7. Crows captain, he's back from suspension. Matty Wright, welcome.
Rowey, how are we, gents? Going
Oh,
on?
mate, massive game. Let me start here. Is Kieran Strawn in or out?
Well, yeah, I can't give you an answer either way, mate. He trained really well last night, and he'll be putting his big hands up, I would have thought. So fingers crossed, because he'll straighten us up a little bit. But, we're confident either way.
Yeah. Well, the knock-on effect with that is he gives your midfield those balls on the inside first look at it, but it also releases ball ace to go back, doesn't it?
Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Matty, Tim Ginniver, you were pretty unlucky, mate. Take a week's suspension, weren't you, mate? I suppose you can't comment, but good to be back.
No, I'm happy to comment. It was, mate. It's one of those ones where the players' welfare is obviously paramount, and I tend to agree with that. I didn't necessarily agree with the decision, but the risk was we played Glenelg last week. I challenged it. We had a 1-0, and you're looking at missing a grand final. And, the risk was just too great to challenge it or not. But yeah, I'm refreshed and ready to roll now.
Which would be good. Perfect, mate. Hey, you guys were able to outscore Sturt twice in the last two encounters where you were able to kick 5 goals and 6 goals in the last quarter and sort of get over the top of them. It's a really important factor, isn't it? Again, last week, even though you didn't have a great third term, the team was able to kick another 4 goals in that last quarter.
Yeah, we've sort of prided ourselves on being a really fit group and able to finish games out well. And again, could be a real important factor with the temperature climbing on Sunday. So we back ourselves in. We know Sturt are a very defensive side and they can strangle sides and really restrict scoring. I suppose as what Glenelg did to us in that third quarter, it just takes one real powerful quarter and that could be enough to win your game of footy.
I thought some of the efforts like Cook I thought was terrific, moving forward, hitting that scoreboard as well. But I like the role sometimes Billy Dowling plays as well. He seems to be developing nicely.
Yeah, he's I sort of forget, and I've been working closely with him, so I shouldn't forget, but he's a first-year player. He comes from the under-18 program in North Adelaide, and he stepped into playing league footy seamlessly. So he's a ripper kid. He's real diligent with his preparation and what he does. And you get him on a nice oval with a bit of sunshine and just let him go to work. So he's super fit and super composed for a kid. So hopefully he continues his good form.
Good size little rooster as well. What are Sturt's threats Sunday?
Well, they got some pretty big balls on the inside with Tommy Lewis and Battersby. They've got some aerial prowess ahead of the ball that can take some big grabs, and then you obviously got Kunglis coming back in and Casey Voss down back that sort of just patrols and floats across from the half-back line. So they've got talent everywhere, and we're really looking forward going head-to-head and seeing what happens.
They've also got a reasonable midfield, and that's been a really exciting battle for you guys. I've loved the way your midfield's gone about it with Brown and certainly Sam Berry's in great form. I think that's going to be a real clash, especially if Strawn comes back.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I suppose you speak to most football teams or coaches or people who've been around footy for a long time and not necessarily wins or loses a game, but that battle on the inside on the weekend on Sunday is going to be crucial. We know if we can get on top of them or even nullify their midfield, then it goes a long way to us winning the game.
Stalwart's not the right word for you. You've been playing for years. You love your footy, Matty. I remember you as a young lad at North. You've played AFL. What happens if you lose? Is that it? Will you play on? You got any announcements, or are you going to keep it all under your lid?
No, I'm going to keep it pretty quiet, mate. I'm loving playing footy. As long as the body holds up, I'll run around till I'm your age, Rowey. But I'm really enjoying it. It's just a matter of whether or not the body can continue to get through pre-seasons and games of footy. But I suppose we'll deal with that. Yeah. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks' time, we can figure it out from there.
Well, you lead by example. I know my little colt loves you. He's still his favourite, mate. Have a good one, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Excellent work. So that's from one team out at West Lakes. Let's go to the other Timmy at Unley.
We got the captain of the Sturt team playing Adelaide, James Battersby. G'day, James.
Yes, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, mate, first of all, great win in the first semi against Central. It was a really tough game. But more importantly, you kicked 5 goals in the last quarter, and that's been a bit of an issue last 2 times you've played Adelaide.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew Centrals was going to be an arm wrestle all game. Credit to them, they've had a fantastic year, and it was going to be a grind. But yeah, really positive to really kind of break that down in that last quarter and kind of kick away. We thought we'd play the way we wanted to play, but you are right. We've had our struggles in front of goal this year. I think it's been consistent throughout the whole year, so it was really nice to kick away, kick 5 goals and get a comfortable win in the end.
Well, McFadden kicked 4 of them and played forward. I was a bit conscious before the game with Will Kunglis out that he may get thrown back. But I thought it was a great credit to Marty and the selection team. They kept him there and they put Becker down back into Will's position, and it worked beautifully.
Yeah, correct. Well, Connor's been he was selected at centre half back in as advertised as team of the year, so he's had a terrific year down back. But what he's offered us down forward has been really, really positive. He was awesome on the week. I think he kicked 4 goals, so going back to not kicking straight, but to have 8 shots a goal was awesome. I think he kicked 3 in that last quarter. So, and going back to Becker, he played his role brilliantly. We really promote that, and he's been playing really good in the reserve. So we had that trust in Connor to play down there and Zach to play down back.
What's your intel on Kieran Strawn? I think he's pivotal to them.
Yeah, not much intel. I'm kind of the person that doesn't really read too much into that. If he's playing, he's playing. If he's not, he's not. I think there's an interesting stat. I think we beat him early in the year and he was playing, and the other 2 times that he hasn't played, we've lost. So maybe we want him to play, but no, I don't read too much into it. He's a brilliant player, and I'm sure he will probably get ruck dominance if he does play, but that's just for our midfield to adjust. And go from there.
Midfields win finals, we know that. There's you, Lewis, Frederick, Dakin, I know there's others. They got Berry, Haitley, Brown. You do match up against those bigger bodies of the AFL boys, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, Tommy Lewis, I think, matches up against anyone. He's just an absolute ball. Jared Dakin's been awesome in his final series. He's since Patrick Wilson's gone down, unfortunately, he has just taken that role and grabbed it with 2 hands. So, we back our midfield against anyone. To ruckman or not, we will go head-to-head against anyone and with full confidence.
Good on you.
Well, with the Doyle being out, I thought Faye Sparks, he's just classic ruckman that just loves the workload. I thought he was terrific on last Sunday.
Yeah, I call his hands pillows because he's got a very nice touch on him. Well, Dan's ruck for us has been our number one ruck for a couple of years now. And with the progression of Amos, we really thought we could utilise them two as a second, Dan as a second ruck, essentially. But unfortunately, Amos injuries happen and Amos has gone down. But yeah, Dan, we got full confidence in Dan and he's completely confident playing that number one ruck role. And as I said, he's got a very nice touch on him.
And Josh Hone, of course, so important to you. I find that when he is up and about and just able to create a goal out of nothing, it's such a team lifter.
Yeah, little Joshy Hone's had a great year. He's been threatening to have a year like this for a couple of years now, but yeah, he has been absolutely pivotal. To kick 40-something goals as a small forward is unbelievable, and you're right. If he can just turn a game around in the quarter or 10 minutes, I think he's copped a bit of attention in this final series from opposition coaches, which is probably what I would do if I was opposition coach, but he still manages to find a way to kick 2 goals in pivotal moments last week, and he'll be pivotal again this week.
Such a team-first man, James, 2-time premiership player. I can go on about your resume, but well done on your season. What's the third time now you finished third in the McGarry?
Yeah, what's going on with his umps?
I'm a perennial bridesmaid.
hey, I looked at your playing profile to do some research.
Yes.
It was listed as your favourite position, full forward. Jimmy, mate, come on, please.
I don't know where you've got that or why I said that, but it is not my favourite position. I've got no goal now whatsoever.
Oh, please. Well, I hope you do on the weekend, mate. I cannot wait. Prelim final. It is 3:15 on Channel 7. I hope you star and I hope you win. Well done. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, it'll be a massive prelim final. It's on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Well, 3:15 it starts. It'll be on Channel 7 from 3 o'clock. It'll be Sturt v the Adelaide Crows.
Let's check your traffic.
At Kilburn, car has gone into a house there, Prospect Road near Kintor Avenue. Angle Park, a crash, Grand Junction Road near South Road. In the city, another collision, West Terrace near Sturt Street. And slow around Valley View, road plates covering a dirty great hole in the road at Grand Junction Road near Paul's Drive. Cameras, James Street, Campbelltown, and Main South Road at Hackham. Getting ready to entertain? Right now at Freedom, save up to 25% off selected sofas, living and dining furniture. Hurry, sale ends Monday, only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. 5AA's Weekend of Footy, thanks to EcoVantage. Install an energy-efficient heat pump with EcoVantage. Pump your energy bills down. EcoVantage.com.au.
If you're looking for unbeatable value and quality in a new car, head to Cherry Glen Osmond and take a look at the new Cherry Motor 5. I'm not kidding. This car is outstanding in every way from under $33,000. And here's the other thing you'll love. Cherry Glen Osmond will let you take a 5-day test drive. 5 days. Some T's and C's apply, but what an opportunity to make sure the incredible value and feature-packed Cherry Motor 5 is for you. Book a test drive today at gocherry.com.au.
It's official, prawn season is here and SA King Prawns is the place to go for the freshest catch. When Tony, Heather and their crew aren't at sea, they're selling their delicious catch in the SA King Prawn Store in Edinburgh North and SA Farmers Market Paraka. Pick up 2 kilos of raw medium prawns for $40, buy 2 cartons and get $10 off, and Coffin Bay oysters from $15 a dozen. SA King Prawns, Saturdays only at 15 Jewetton Road, Edinburgh North, Sundays only at the SA Farmers Market Paraka.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a 4-wheel-drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each Terrain Tamer 4-wheel-drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the Terrain Tamer connection, and it comes free with every part.
10 to 6.
Yeah.
Timmy's tips next.
Yeah.
And
Terry.
Yeah. 5AA's favourite, Barnesy from Barbecue Adelaide Weber's store, Jeps Cross Mile End. He knows how to barbie. Does he? What? Whoa. He knows how to drink, cook, eat, spin discs, DJs, and he knows Weber. There's a brand new Q range. It's the Weber Q. Brand new. It's bigger than the Apple Store launch.
Well, he told us it's like a brand new Apple phone being launched in Adelaide.
And they've done it all around the world.
They did, and they've done it right here in Adelaide. 30% of all Barbies sold in Australia a Weber queue.
Stop it.
Amazing. They're legendary, and the new queues are packed with features like a bigger cooking surface. They got patio carts with easy access to your gas bottle, new colours as well, and they're built to reach higher temperatures. How good. And that's perfect for the old pork crackling.
Now, if you're going to buy a Weber queue, go to a Weber store.
Go to Barbecue Adelaide.
But that's it. You've got to go
to see
to
Barnesy.
Jeps Cross Mile End. You can be lit with Barnesy. You've got to go to a Barbecue Adelaide Weber store. Don't buy them anywhere else.
Don't be so silly. Get
You're a
down to
fool.
Barbecue Adelaide Weber Stores, Mile End, Jeps Cross today or this weekend, and prepare to get lit.
It'd be nice if the guys upstairs throwing parties could at least invite me up.
At Sip and Save, we hear you.
I'd love it if old man using the leaf blower at 6 a.m. would do my driveway too.
We want you to get something more out of every visit.
I do appreciate flowers for our anniversary, but something different and shiny would spice things up.
You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Circare Clinical Research Alliance in Adelaide is looking for people who experience migraines and headaches for a clinical trial. Visit painmedsa.com and click research today. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes to 6.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
Terry McCullough from racing.com. Now, Terry, you've had a couple of really good weeks with the Blues. You've won 11 out of 12. How about 11 out of 12 tips, eh?
We're due for a winning tip. I know that. How are you, boys?
Keep running the place. I'm no good, mate. What's going on? What do you got for me? Hey, before we do, Terry.
Go on, sorry.
The Balaclava Cup. That was an awesome day, and wow.
Beautiful
How
weather.
about the winners?
Cracking day, nearly 6,000 people. Look, Balaclava Cup Day has been an iconic day on the racing calendar here, and once upon a time, boys, they would get north of 10,000 people there. It was one of the best attended race meetings in the state. It's been difficult for the club in recent times, but they really promoted it well this time around. Weather was obviously on their side, but nearly 6,000 people. And a great win by the top weight. Ironclad gave Will Clarkin and Nicky O'Shea back-to-back wins in the Cup, written by Brad Willer.
Well done. Jack the Lad paid $8.50 a place for second. That's unreal.
And he ran super. And they actually bought him to win the Balaclava Cup. Timmy, he came down from Queensland, and that was the race they had penciled in for him when they bought him late last year. So they nearly accomplished the deal, but he still ran really well. And as you said, he was at big odds running second there in the Cup on Wednesday.
That's awesome, mate. Well, we're back to Morphettville tomorrow.
Yep.
What are we like?
Yeah, we're on the main track, the big track. We've got a 10-race program. I thought the best bet on the program was in race 2, number 10, Episodic. You might have your eyes closed for a little while. It's got gate 1. It'll probably get back, so it's going to be looking for somewhere to go for a large part of the race. But if it gets clear galloping room in the home straight, I think it'll run past them. So I thought it was the best bet on the program, race 2, number 10, Episodic, for Will Clarkin and Nicky O'Shea, who won the Balaclava Cup. And no one has started this season better than Michael Hickmott. He is just training winners for fun at the moment. Race 4, number 4, Oath of O'Murder. Third up from a spell, up to a suitable trip at about $8. I think it's got a great chance each way. So that's my value bet, race 4, number 4, Oath of O'Murder.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's actually quite nice. You've sort of undone me a bit there because I was race 4. I was going for now. Rowey, he can pronounce this really well. What's that wine?
Montepulciano.
Montepulciano in race 4, the Flurio Milk Company race. I was liking number 1.
Yeah, never raced better. Obviously in a good stable, the premier stable in the state, Richard and Chantel Jolly. But I was just a bit worried about it with the 60 kilos. It's basically carrying Rowey. It's got a lot of weight on its back, so I thought that just might weigh it down tomorrow.
Now,
I
know I rib you because you're barrack for Carlton, but that's a low blow, Tez. I'm not a rock. And I'm about 113 kilo, thank you.
Well, there you go. I gave you a compliment.
Now, Tez, lovely photos on socials with you and your colt last week with the win. What are you doing tonight?
Well, that was a good win.
Look, I'm not a good watcher in company, so I'm going to be locking myself away by myself so I can, just endure the pain or maybe enjoy the glory by myself.
Terry,
But
are you
I'm-
confident, though? Because it was a good final win. You've won 11 out of 12. Melbourne have had their issues. They've had a big week with the Brayshaw incident. They seem mentally drained. I mean, there could be a real good opportunity for a prelim performance here.
Well, it's a bit like Port Melbourne, Timmy. You know, they're the ones that the pressure's on, really. You know, will they go out in straight sets? They finish top 4. So I just feel like GWS, Carlton, you know, we go in, you know, trying to hunt them down. Are we good enough to beat them? Not sure. I know you say we've got great form on the board, but before the finals campaign started, everyone was probably talking it'll be Collingwood or Melbourne that will win the GF. And, all of a sudden now people are saying, well, Carlton will probably knock Melbourne out tonight in straight sets. So, look, I'm not so sure. I'm glad we made the finals. I'm glad we won one. If we win tonight, I think I might be in Brisbane next week, boys.
Well, Terry McCauley for racing.com.
On you, Tez.
A lot of pressure because it's now cutthroat. You lose, you're out. You lose, it's curtains. Lose, you're off to the Maldives. Lose, it's just straight sets and it's tears. So what are you tipping?
Sounds like he's
tonight,
down at Brisbane.
Tonight?
Yeah, on Carlton.
Carlton
I'm staying on Carlton. I'm staying on Port.
Port. I'm going to go Melbourne and Port.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to hear.
We're going to a prelim. Then.
Just for one. No, don't.
No,
don't.
no.
Timmy. He's holding back.
Sign
Why don't
off.
you just go, Rowey?
Sign
You
off,
can
Sam.
go and get. Just do it,
3
Timmy.
minutes to 6. News time. Melbourne Carlton live from the G next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.